Accountability, what does it look like? Today we expect to hear testimony from Sergeant Mike Johnson. He was the third officer who arrived on that scene for the incident. Joining me now is the attorney for Daunte Wright's family, Antonio Romanucci. Mr. Romanucci, thanks very much for being here on this second day. Good morning. So we heard that emotional testimony from Daunte Wright's mother. It was hard to listen to. I can't imagine, of course, what she went through. And just
Terry, I don't think there was anybody in that courtroom who didn't feel that there was just a tremendous gut punch when Katie was testifying. It was heart-wrenching. It was emotional. It was something that I had never experienced, even as an attorney, seeing so many of these cases, the deep emotion in her description of what it's like to be a mother, literally listening in on her son being killed, and then having to identify him by his tennis shoes because they were, you know, poking out from underneath a white sheet. It was awful.
And just the basic outline here, it does seem that the defense here, the defense for Kim Potter, is essentially raising questions about Daunte Wright and what his responsibility, it seems they are suggesting, for his own death. They're talking about why he was there, what he was doing. They are saying that this was an innocent mistake, that, as they suggest in their questioning and in their opening statements, it was partly the fault of the victim here. What's your reaction to that?
Well, first of all, we have to remember that the name of this case is the state versus Kim Potter. It's not versus Daunte Wright. And what the defense is doing is trying to keep the focus on Daunte Wright. That's a strategy that they're using. And we have to know that what the state so far is doing, from what I have seen, they have kept this case on track. They are focused on the charges, and they have several lanes in which the jury can go to and convict on the charges of either the negligence or the recklessness. And I don't think there's any doubt that they can do that based upon what I saw from the video. Kim Potter was gun ready for not just the seconds before she shot Daunte Wright, but for at least 20, 25 seconds before that. We saw for the first time that she had her hand on gun at least 2 or 3 times before she shot Daunte Wright, took her hand off, put her hand back on. So she was gun ready. So that's why when she was yelling taser, taser, she went to her gun, because that's where she had been for at least 20, 25 seconds before that.
Those are 2 pieces of evidence that she did have her hand on her gun before she drew it, that I think the jury might well focus on. The family, I just want to read the statement the family shared. They say, Daunte's parents, his siblings, and all those who cared about him are eager for accountability and to have people understand how much we still grieve his loss. The fact that this trial is taking place now, during the holidays, further emphasizes, they say, his absence in our world, and we hope the jury holds Kim Potter accountable for her actions. So, for this family to go through this, and they are in the courtroom there, how can you explain what it is like for them?
Well, first of all, the explanation, it's almost inexplicable, but I have witnessed their reactions at almost every moment yesterday, you know, when they hear about Daunte Wright. Because when they say accountability, this case, the focus is on Kim Potter. She is the one who drew gun with her right hand, put her finger on the trigger, and pulled the trigger and shot Daunte. Daunte did not kill himself here. That is just such a falsity to hear the defense say that Daunte, if he had just complied, you know, we wouldn't be here. This is about Kim Potter. This is about her actions and what she did. And when the family says they want accountability, they want this trial to be about her, not Daunte, because he's not the one who did this. Kim Potter is the one who pulled the trigger, and that's where the accountability lies.
And Tony, listening to the testimony of Katie Bryant, Daunte Wright's mom, yesterday, he did come alive in the courtroom in a sense. The mother's love, talking to him about the car wash he wanted to get done, his fear when he calls her after he's been picked up. What does the family want the public to know about Daunte Wright?
Well, Daunte Wright was a human being. He was a living soul, and he was a good, to their family, he was a good boy. He was their oldest child, and he was a good boy. But when you hear the defense putting on the case, when you hear them talk about him, they're demonizing Daunte because they want to take away the focus from Kim. So again, Terry, that goes back to the accountability factor. This case is about Kim Potter, not Daunte Wright. He was a father. He was a son. He was working with his dad at DSW. This is a real person who had real feelings, and he was scared that day. Clearly, Daunte was scared, and that's what caused some of his actions, which may have not been the most conventional ones, but he was scared. He was living in a society in Brooklyn Center, which was less than a year out from the killing of George Floyd. He knows what can happen to people of color in that community when they're stopped by white police officers.
It is such a sad case. Attorney Tony Romanucci, thanks very much for being with us.
Thank you, Terry. Good morning.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.